This is KVUE News Midday.
President Trump has fired FBI Director James Comey. What's next? And how Comey found out he was out of a job.
And a new travel alert has been issued for Texas, why the ACLU is warning people about coming here.
Good morning, I'm Anna Reyes.
And we're tracking rain chances that began yesterday. They'll continue into the next couple of days. I'll let you know exactly how much rain we expect coming up.
We've got Erica today as well.
Good morning, I'm Anna Reyes.
And I'm Yvonne Nava. This morning, Pflugerville police are investigating the city's first homicide of 2017. Pflugerville police say a man is dead after a shooting this morning. Officers responded to shots fired a little after 5 this morning at the 1825 Place Apartments. Officers found the victim lying in the parking lot. He was taken to St. David's Round Rock Medical Center where he died. Investigators are still searching for a suspect in this shooting.
I know that there's times when people look out the window after they hear the shot. You saw something, a vehicle description. You saw somebody running. Work with us. This is a plea for the community to come together and work together with the Pflugerville Police Department.
If you have any information, officers ask you to call the number on your screen, 512-670-5700. Fallout this morning over President Trump's decision to fire FBI Director James Comey. The announcement taking Washington by surprise and prompting questions about the future of the FBI's ongoing investigation into possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia.
That's right. The firing comes just a day after the president called that investigation a hoax. But as ABC's Janae Norman reports, the administration says it is due how Comey handled the Hillary Clinton investigation.
The Russia-Trump collusion story is a total hoax. When will this taxpayer-funded charade end? President Trump tweeting that question and following up less than 24 hours later with an official letter seeming to answer, informing the man leading that investigation, quote, "You are hereby terminated and removed from office effective immediately."
We're conducting an investigation to understand whether there was any coordination between the Russian efforts and anybody associated with the Trump campaign.
FBI Director James Comey drawing the ire of the president, first officially shutting down Trump's claim he was wiretapped by President Obama and then confirming an FBI counterintelligence investigation. But despite that, Trump writing as he announced Comey's firing, "I greatly appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I am not under investigation."
That is a tell. That shows that we have a deeply insecure president who understands that the noose is tightening because of this Russia investigation, and that's why I believe he has let Jim Comey go.
Trump tweeting, "Comey lost the confidence of almost everyone in Washington, Republican and Democrat alike. When things calm down, they will be thanking me."
Our Democratic colleagues complaining about the removal of an FBI director whom they themselves repeatedly and sharply criticized.
But Democrats alleging a cover-up.
The inescapable conclusion from the circumstantial evidence here is that the president wanted to stop or stifle this investigation.
This administration has now removed several law enforcement officials in a position to conduct independent investigations of the president and his administration.
Democrats and even some Republicans are now calling for a special prosecutor to take over the Russia investigation. That would be up to the Attorney General, but as Jeff Sessions has recused himself, it would fall to his deputy. And at this point, it's unclear if Rod Rosenstein will make that call. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
And when Travis County changed its policy earlier this year to only hold suspects for federal immigration agents under certain situations, the governor's office stripped Travis County of $1.5 million in grant funding. The Travis County commissioners have now figured out how to keep the programs running without that grant. And those programs serve thousands of people in certain juvenile courts, drug diversion, prostitution prevention programs, and veterans court. Under a plan approved yesterday, none of the criminal justice programs will be cut. Costs will be covered by existing departmental budgets. 6 vacant positions across departments will be eliminated. Donations from a community fundraiser will help fill the gaps.
Well, just days after Texas banned sanctuary cities, the American Civil Liberties Union has issued a travel alert for our state. The alert says anyone planning to travel to Texas in the near future should anticipate the possible violation of their constitutional rights when stopped by law enforcement. It applies to both U.S. travelers from other states and U.S. citizens. The ACLU says the law gives a green light for Texas police officers to investigate a person's immigration status during a routine traffic stop. As before goes into effect September 1st, the ACLU says the travel alert is not a scare tactic, but a way to warn people of their constitutional rights. And overnight, the Texas House of Representatives has given its first approval to controversial adoption bill.
House Bill 3859 would allow adoption and foster agencies to reject potential parents based on religious objections. And as KVUE's Corey Coffin reports, the vote came after several hours of debate.
It was a fairly late night for lawmakers, but in the end, a vote of 94 to 51 gave the bill initial approval. Supporters say it would give foster care and adoption agencies of religious affiliations the ability to participate in the welfare system while upholding their convictions. Democrats, though, worry that this could mean fewer adoption opportunities for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender households, as well as non-Christians or single-parent households as well. Supporters believe that it would keep agencies in the system at a time when there's a shortage of foster homes and more agency participation is sorely needed. They say those looking to adopt can simply look for other agencies, but those against the bill believe this is state-sponsored discrimination.
That's correct. I have a real problem with my taxpayer dollars going to discriminate against other Texans, especially to provide the services that our state has a responsibility to provide.
The purpose is not to exclude or deny services. It is to help as many people as possible to participate in the services in a way that respects all points of view.
Now, because the measure aims to protect an organization's, quote, sincerely held religious beliefs, it would allow agencies to enroll a child in a religious-based school, for example, deny referrals for abortion-related contraceptives, drugs, or devices, and refuse to work with other organizations that don't share their religious beliefs. Bill also says that if an adoption agency refuses to work with a couple, the agency must provide contact information for an agency that will work with that couple. The bill also says if an adoption agency refuses to work with a couple, the agency must provide contact information for an agency that will work with that couple. A final vote set for the House at some point today. Reporting from the Capitol, I'm Corey Coffin.
Corey, thank you. Well, the wife of longtime ESPN broadcaster Chris Berman was killed in a traffic crash in Connecticut yesterday. 67-year-old Catherine Ann Berman died along with 87-year-old Edward Bertulis. According to the Hartford Courant, troopers are investigating the possibility that Bertulis suffered a medical emergency right before Berman's car crashed into the back of his car. Kathy and Chris Berman have 2 grown children.
Well, taking a look live outside, man, those clouds are still sticking around. Let's get a look at what we're tracking with Storm Team meteorologist Erica Lopez.
Well, we have about a day and a half left of all those clouds out there. Still a lot of southeast moisture funneling in. Here's a look at what is currently going on across the entire Lone Star State. High pressure, which is east of us, that's given us the southeast flow. So that's what's given us the increased cloud coverage and scattered showers. Where we have had some heavier storms overnight and still going on this morning is in the panhandle of Texas, now making its way into western Oklahoma. None of them are severe, but still heavy rainfall at times. What's going on in central Texas are some light streamer showers, not across Travis County, but there's a line of showers that's entering close to the hill country. That's our best chance of where we could possibly see a decent rain shower or two this afternoon. Live look outside downtown, the Capitol. Temperatures are in the mid-70s. Dew points at 69. Almost oppressive out there. Typically anything at over 60 is where it starts to feel sticky and a little bit uncomfortable, and again, the southeast winds are to thank for that. So the next 12 hours, we're not letting go of the cloud coverage out there, but we do have about a 20% chance of an isolated shower. Daytime high temperatures, what we're calling for the Austin metro area, about 82 degrees. And again, just a 20% chance of a spotty sprinkle or possibly a shower. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Erica. Concern continues to grow after a tunnel collapse at a nuclear site. what the Energy Department is now saying about any possible safety issues.
And from your computer screen to your living room television, Facebook is going Hollywood. Why the social media giant is recruiting producers, directors, and a few A-list celebrities.